Hello and welcome to your weekly helping of Offside and On Tap with me, Tricky, where banter is warm, the beer is always cold. This week I've chosen one of my good favourites at the moment. It's Madrí. Despite the Spanish sounding theme name, it's actually beer developed in Burton-upon-Trent, not far from where I am, by Coors Company. 4.6% alcohol. It's had a massive uptake in British pubs. There's pretty much no pub you can go in now where it's not on draft, not available on draft. And apparently the way they've achieved that is by offering generous perks to a lot of the pubs, freebies. So fantastic bit of marketing to get it in there. And now it's probably a mainstay in most places, certainly where I've been recently when I get the chance. So yeah, beer of choice this week is Madrí. Cheers everyone. So, before I get into last week's results and predictions for this week, I just want to reply to a few people from the page, from the channel from last weekend. Did a few little snippets of the predictions game by game, so just put them into 2 or 3 minute videos, put them on the channel just to break it down for people who didn't want to watch the whole 20 odd minutes of episodes. Guess which game had the most comments on? And all the comments were after the event, after the game finished. You've guessed it, it's the Mackems, it's Sunderland. So I just got a few replies to those comments, if I may. So here we go with the first couple. So we've got a Mr. Stephen Bowles. Stephen says, "Sorry, I couldn't understand what you were saying through that strong Geordie accent." Ooh, okay. So Stephen, thanks for that message. Do people who work for NASA, who like watching space, travelling to space, were they actually born in space? No, they weren't, were they? So that argument sort of falls on its arse. And also, you should be glad if anyone from outside of Sunderland supports your club. I'm sure there's plenty outside of Newcastle who do, including myself and a lot of friends from outside the area. You'd be grateful to get any fans from outside of Sunderland, but you're not that good. Thanks for that anyway. Andy McNish said simply, "What a dull man." Well, Andy, when I was talking about Sunderland in that video that you've commented on, obviously they're not that exciting to get worked up for, so yeah, I probably did sound dull, so I apologise for that. I will try harder on the next video for you to get a little bit more excited for your game. And the last one I'm going to read out, there was more, but the last one was someone called the MD89. I was trying to work out what MD stood for. I've gone with, after a few bits of thinking, Major Dick perhaps. He said, thanks Major Dick, you said, Mug, didn't go the way you wanted it, and Brentford finished top half last season, scoring most goals outside of the top 4, so they're not that crap, pal. Hope they destroy you, it will be a laugh. Imagine only scoring 1 goal against the bottom of the league club. Bless the scum. What he's referring to with the Brentford finishing is basically on a season prediction video that I did earlier on. We're about them to go down. Because they lost a lot of the team, a lot of the goals, and the manager as well. So it's a pretty good prediction if it comes off, because it's quite a big thing to happen to all those players and the main manager. So my response to that, firstly, I did do my research on your comment about the goals outside the top 4. Newcastle finished 5th, and guess what? They actually scored 2 more goals than Brentford, so you're factually wrong on that point there. And secondly, I'm less of a mug and I'm more of a cup man these days. To be exact, Carabao Cup, the one that we won last season. What did your team win? So yeah, you spent the previous 8 seasons in 2 leagues below. Where have you been? You've missed all the fun. It's going to be a long time before your club wins anything. Your club are a long way away from a cup right now. So is that a reality check complete for you, Paul Harrison? I think it is. Anyway, I'm glad I got that off my chest. Could have come up with some more replies to other comments. But yeah, you all come in hindsight. You all came in after the event. You didn't comment before the game. So yeah, fair play. You tried. But let's get into the main business now. So week 4 points tallies from last week. Thanks for your comments as always. The usual crew were on there. Brilliant of you all. Top scorers this week. I'm happy to say I was joint top of the point scorers. get in after 2 horrible weeks. I've actually gone and scored some decent points. 9 points, and including 1 correct score, which the Fulham Leeds game, which was a very late win on that one, 1-0 to Fulham with the own goal. Top scorer than myself was Righty. Well done, Righty. Also 9 points, also 1 correct score, but your correct score was the Bournemouth-Brighton game where Bournemouth won 2-1. Thanks for contributions from the usual crowd. Simon, also United to 2025, bring on United 2025 I should say. His channel is really, really good for United fans as well. We got Lyndon and Robbo who also commented. Let's get some more comments, some more competition if we can. Right, let's get into week 5 predictions. So the first game of the weekend, it's the 12:30 kickoff Saturday. And guess what? It's a massive, massive game. It is always a good one to watch as a neutral. I really love watching these games. We've got Liverpool Anfield at home to Everton. Massive, massive game to start the weekend. Liverpool have had, I've just been watching actually as I'm filming, a very tough midweek game against Atletico Madrid. No spoilers, but probably going to know anyway. So a hard midweek game, lots of tired legs potentially from that game. Don't think they want to rotate too many players for this one, being a derby. Everton, their past at Anfield, it's not great, is it? Not great. They've only won once away at Liverpool once this century. So yeah, that was a couple of seasons back. Liverpool's season so far, lots and lots of late goals to win games, including the last one against Burnley. Got a penalty very, very late in the day, rescued it, got away with it again, but again, keep doing it. Champions found their way. There's very, very much a feel of the 90s Manchester United team from Liverpool when they're doing this, with the late goals. Vert's not been impressed with him so far, and he's cost a lot of money. I know players take time to adapt, but he just seems to get a little bit bullied by teams at the moment. So yeah, I think Salah's lost a little yard of pace from where he's been used to, but obviously age comes to us all. But what do you think, Liverpool fans? Do you think he has lost a yard of pace, or is he just taking a nice little easy seat? He's got so many good players around him. Ekitiki's been fantastic. Don't know what your thoughts are on that. The only blip for Everton so far really is the first game, which was away at Leeds, which is easily done. But they're so good to watch now. Exciting brand of football under David Moyes. Grealish, Dewsbury Hall come in, really added something to the team along with the squad that's there. And Doyle, etc. And exciting brand of football to watch. I'm going to be slated here probably by Liverpool fans this time. Hopefully probably after the game, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and mainly because it's an early kick-off and they just tend to throw out dodgy results. So Fulham are sort of wrong, but Liverpool, they are due perhaps a little slip up, and I'm going to go for 1-1. Next up, we've got the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. We've got Brighton versus Tottenham Hotspur on Saturday. Brighton in the last game lost to a very, very positive Bournemouth team. The game could have gone either way. Very, very close in the end. I really like Minte and Matoma out wide on the wings. Really, really positive players, lots of energy. They do put a lot of full-backs on their arse. It's great to watch, old-fashioned wing play. But they don't have that number 9, that really focal point at the top of the pitch, that spearhead. Danny Welbeck has been playing there, but yeah, again, it's. I think he needs some backup. I really do. I don't see who's going to supply that and put that in place instead of Welbeck if he does get injured. Is he going to score as many goals as last season? He had a really good run. Tottenham Hotspur, absolutely solid in defence and scoring goals again. Looking very, very good in games. And Thomas Frank's been a fantastic. Bringing in Thomas Frank as manager has been fantastic. Great plan from the board. Got rid of Postecoglou at the end of the season, despite the Europa League win. But it's been totally justified. He's changed the way they play. They just look so much more confident. Even for Vicario in goals, Luke's very much a change keeper, very much mistake free at the moment, which breeds confidence in the defence. They've got everyone back fit. It's been really good. I really like Simons. Xavi Simons has come in. He oozes a bit of class. He likes to take on players. Really, really confident, but he just needs to have that output and those numbers that hopefully will come for them with the assists, with the goals. Carries the ball really well. It's good to see. but he needs to get that dribbling success rate up along the lines of the best in the league, the Palmers and the Ezes, etc. But yeah, it was a really tough one to call this game. I'm going to go with another 1-1 draw in this game. Next up, we've got Burnley versus Nottingham Forest, Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. Another brain fade in a Burnley game right at the end of the game, cost them yet another point. It would have been a massive point against Liverpool, it really would. In tricky conditions, wind, rain, it's a horrible game to watch because of the conditions. Hannibal, felt sorry for him. I've been there myself on a much lower level, Sunday League, where I've given penalty away, cost us a game. So now it feels on a lower level, but in front of your own fans, thousands of fans watching, yeah, really felt for him. I hope the team ride around him in the week because he needs it. Young player. They need to try and play an attacking game in this game at home to Nottingham Forest, because Nottingham Forest are very vulnerable at the moment. They've conceded 3 goals in the last 2 league games. Will that be allowed to happen by Postecoglou? They've conceded 6 in the last 2 games, really struggling. Chris Wood's going back to his old club where he spent 5 seasons, did really well, lots and lots of goals. He won't want to do Burnley any favours though, that's for sure. He needs to get the team backfiring. And just to get Nottingham Forest playing again, I think so. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, Nottingham Forest. Next, we've got a London derby. We've got West Ham versus Crystal Palace, Saturday 3 o'clock yet again. West Ham in their games an average of 3.75 goals per game, but that says more about their defending than anything else. Absolutely throwing goals in their own nets from all angles. Conceded 11 goals in the first 4 games, so it says more about the defence than anything. Graham Potter, does he have the answers? Doesn't look like he does at the moment. Souček, Ward-Prowse in the middle, just haven't got the legs, haven't got the energy. Similar problem to Manchester United, they just can't get about the pitch, those 2 in the middle. Maybe try something different, a Paqueta in a deeper role, that takes away from the front line, but you need someone in there. The fans on TalkSport were actually shouting for young lad Freddie Potts to come in, who played at Portsmouth on loan last season and did really well for them. I know in a much lower league, but you've got to try these players, haven't you? You're never going to know if you don't try them. Crystal Palace, on the flip side, 16 games unbeaten in all competitions. Absolutely terrific, absolutely terrific. Glasner's got them turning into giant killers from mid-table no-hopers, which, well, say no-hopers. They weren't going to win anything until last season, and then they've just come through. The FA Cup's galvanised them again, despite losing Eze. They really are a strong team. Played a strong team in the League Cup as well on Tuesday night. I think they just did that to try and get back into some form after the disappointment of a 0-0 draw against Sunderland. So I fancy yet more dread for West Ham, and I think Potter will be under big pressure after this next game. Going to go for Crystal Palace to score freely again. It's another 3. It's 3-1 for Crystal Palace that I predict in this game. Next, Wolves versus Leeds, another Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. Absolute dread at Wolves at the moment. Bottom of the league still with 0 points. They played Newcastle away, and after the first minute where they caught Newcastle in the first 20 seconds with a couple of shots, they didn't really offer much in that game. It's the same old, I said it before, they don't really see a plan in their play. However, it's come out today that Vitor Pereira has been offered a new contract, a 2-year extension. His current deal, despite the poor start, so the board must see something in him. Whatever that is, must be a likeable guy. I know just over a year ago, or this time last year, he was celebrating in the pub with the fans when they won games. But so far this year, he's been stone cold sober. I don't see any photographs or videos of him out with the fans right now. So that would make perfect sense, not winning any games. Leeds battled hard. Thought he got a point against Fulham. Carl Darlow's save in the last knockings of the game, absolute top draw, tipping it over the bar, only for the corner from that resulting save to get headed into his own net. Absolutely bizarre own goal from Gudmundsson. The ball looks like it's easy to clear. He sort of ducks down and heads it in the bottom corner. Terrific finish. I couldn't have done better myself if I was trying, to be fair. Darlow had no chance. He did well to even get close. I just feel I'm going to keep going for Wolves at home until they get something, because they've got to at some point. I really feel they've got to. Whatever it takes. They might need a goal like that themselves in this game. Going to go for Wolves. Leeds fans, steady. Going to go for Wolves to win 1-0. tea time kickoff, 5:30, is from Old Trafford. Manchester United versus Chelsea. Sorry, Man United fans. Doesn't get any easier, does it? Only last week, Ruben Amorim was being backed by the board, given confidence, saying that it was no immediate threat for his job. Only the last few days, you're reading other things, and again, I don't know how much of it is true. It might be absolute bollocks, to be fair, but you're reading he's got 3 games to save his job. So what's he going to do? Is he going to do anything different? He's stood by his formation, his tactics for now. He's not going to change it, I don't think. And he's going to do what he said. He's going to down his sword if it happens. But that's just, for me, that's insanity. I think you've got to change something, even if it's just a little tweak, because it's not working with Fernandes in that deeper role. It just doesn't work. He needs to be up the top of the pitch. He's a much better attacking player. But in that formation, who are you going to take out? You're going to take out Seska? You're going to take out Mbeumo? You're not going to do it, are you? So you just haven't got that energy in the middle of the pitch to get around. Fernandes doesn't track back. He's giving away so many goals, even from set pieces. He doesn't track back, and he's only got to move 5-10 yards. Never mind in open play. So I don't fancy him and Ugarte if they do stick with those two against Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, who are absolutely terrific on the other hand, absolutely all over the pitch, scoring goals, really solid. Cost a lot of money, so they should be a couple $100 million between them. But it's going to be a key battle, so I just can't see Man United winning that battle. And I keep saying it, but Kobbie Mainoo needs to be in that team. He needs to be in there. He's the only one who's going to give them an ounce of a chance of competing in that middle of the pitch. I think Cole Palmer will be licking his lips as well in this game after his fantastic goal off the bench against Brentford. There's no change in shape for Man United. There's going to be no change in the insanity. They're going to lose again. It's getting a little bit dicey. So I'm going to go for Chelsea to win this game 3-1. Little swig. By the way, if you do watch this with a beer, let me know what you're drinking. Are you drinking the same? Are you drinking something different? Make some suggestions. Si, I did get your suggestion of the week. I'm going to go to Morrison's and find the drink that you said, so bear with me. Next game, Fulham versus Brentford, another London derby. It seems like there's lots of London derbies, lots of London clubs. This is the 8 o'clock late kick-off on Saturday. Fulham, unbeaten home start in the 2 games. They've got a new striker, Kevin, who I don't know too much about, but he came onto the pitch with in the last game against Leeds, which was really impressive. Brazilian striker, getting some Brazilians through into the Premier League now. And Smith Rowe is not starting games for Fulham. I don't get it. He's a really good player, signed from Arsenal, and they started playing once he came onto the pitch against Leeds. They hadn't done anything for 58-60 minutes, so came on, started playing well, started creating chances. Needs to play. He's the catalyst for them, so get him in the team. Brentford now, had some stick about Brentford from I think he's a Sunderland fan, but obviously cares about Brentford too, for some bizarre reason. Amazing draw against Chelsea. They were 1-0 up, then Chelsea came back, made subs, got the 2 goals, went ahead, thought that was it, thought might as well turn this off now. And they just kept going, and brilliantly got the equaliser, come back to get a draw. So they are showing that they can score goals, really positive, and they've scored, I think they've scored in every match actually in the Premier League, so they have got enough. They just need to shore it up at the back and defend. Not Henderson as well, Jordan Henderson. I said the club wasn't showing ambition signing him, but his pass to Shader for the goal was, fantastic. I'd be proud of that myself as a midfielder. Really good. Can he keep that going all the way through the season? Showed me up. Another Mackham that showed me up. This game, I'm going to go for a couple of these results already, but I'm going to share the spoils in this game. Another draw for Brentford, another draw for Fulham, 1-1. Next up, it's my boys, it's the Mighty Magpies away to Bournemouth, and it's a Sunday 2 o'clock kick-off. It's a fixture that tends to throw up a lot of goals and a lot of score draws as well, actually. Bournemouth have been somewhat of a bogey team for Newcastle over the last few years. There's always one. It's Bournemouth. Last 6 meetings, Bournemouth have won 2 games. We've drawn 3 times against them, and they've lost only once to Newcastle. Bournemouth. Last 6 meetings, there's rapid wings on both teams. It's going to be like a basketball match. It's going to be end to end, and I think the last game actually was a bit boring, but this one there's different players in the game. Predicted a lot of goals for Bournemouth's front 3 at the start of this season. That being Evan Nilsson, that being Semenyo and Kluivert. Kluivert can't even get in the team at the moment. They're playing that well. He can't even get in the team. So they between them 4 goals between Semenyo and Evan Nilsson in the 4 games. and a couple of assists to knock as well. In the first game for Nick Voltemada, got his goal on his debut. Fantastic header, very, very reminiscent of Aspria's goals in the Barcelona 1997 Champions League match. Funny enough, we're playing Barcelona this week, playing tomorrow night. Well, I'm filming on Wednesday, playing on Thursday. Looks really useful, and Eddie Howe, once he gets into him and coaches him, he's going to improve him even more, as he does with every player that he gets his hands on. Made some absolute gems. Another assist for Murphy as well. Comes in and does a fantastic job for Newcastle. Absolutely great servant. Defence is solid as well. Clean sheets in 3 of the games. But Bournemouth will test the defence. Absolutely test it. And I'm going to throw in a Desmond in this game. I'm going to go for entertainment guaranteed. 2-2 draw. Alright, Sunderland fans, are you sitting comfortably? I'm going to have a big drink before this. Right. I just want to congratulate Sunderland on your 0-0 win in the last game. Well done. Crystal Palace, I'm only joking. Fans threw a lot of comments my way, as I mentioned earlier on, after the event, because I did predict them to lose 2-0. Palace had an off day, and Sunderland didn't really get it going either, so probably the joint worst game of the season after the Aston Villa Newcastle game. The ones that I've watched, the worst ones that I can see of. Xhaka, yeah, he's obviously a great addition to your team, and he's keeping you going and keeping you fighting, and he's probably the glue in the team at the moment for you. So I really like the goalkeeper as well. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Couldn't be asked to look it up if I'm honest. I think it's Royfs or Royfs. I'm sure Sunderland fans will tell me I'm stupid and actually tell me how it's pronounced, but he looks a real fan in goals as well. Aston Villa, eventually they've got to come good, because Emery is that good of a coach and that good of a manager. It's going to have to come good, but if you can't win, don't lose, and that's the way that went down at Everton. Got another 0-0 draw, so we've got 2 points from the 4 games, but it's no goals until the goal they got last night in the League Cup, but they still lost. So still not going well for them, but yeah, I can't find it in me to back Sunderland. I really can't. Not after the last week, basically. So despite me thinking they might actually get a result in this game, I'm hoping they don't. Just purely based being knobhead. So I'm going to back Aston Villa to finally get the win in the bag, and they're going to score. They're going to be like buses. Going to get 2 come on at once. They're going to score 2 goals, 2-1 against Sunderland. And last but not least, another firecracker of a game to finish off the weekend. 4:30 on Sunday, it's Arsenal at home to Manchester City. This game could be literally anything, absolutely anything. Both teams winning last weekend comfortably, both winning 3-0. Arsenal have had 2 extra days off in the Champions League fixtures. Played on Tuesday, Manchester City playing on Thursday night. Arsenal got an embarrassment of riches in defence now, really have. Saliba out injured, but they bring in Mosquera, new signing, and it's like not skipped a beat. Along with Timber at right back, and Calafiori left back, and yeah, they've just got so many options in that area of the pitch that even Lewis Skelly can't get in the team, and he was fantastic last season. Got in the England team. I fear for him a little bit. If he doesn't play enough games, what will happen with his ambitions of getting the England left back spot? So especially with Lewis Hall. If Lewis Hall can come into the team again, he's not playing for Newcastle either. So yeah, England left backs options. Livramento might get the nod, right-footed left back. Gyökeres proving he can do it in the Premier League at the moment. 3 goals in his first 4 games. Again, another person shutting me up. I said he wouldn't score enough goals for Arsenal to get near the league, but currently 3 and 4 games. If he keeps that ratio up, he'll be scoring bags of goals. Manchester City in the derby looks something like their best again, but again it wasn't really a derby match. Didn't feel like a derby match. Manchester United just didn't come out the traps. Offered no fight, no bookings in the game, so it just didn't feel like a derby. Rukin rightly said it was raining, perfect conditions to go and just go in to hammer someone. You're losing 3-0. Take it out on someone. Go and try and do something different. Try and get the team galvanised. Just don't see it. It's like none of them care. They just haven't got that feeling. Manchester United haven't got that, maybe the local lads that aren't there playing for them, they just haven't got that anymore. There's just nothing in it for them. So Haaland looked at 100% or 110%. He scored absolutely buckets of goals. Norway And Manchester City, he's already got 5 goals, and he's 2 ahead in the Golden Boots race, which I've backed him to win in my season predictions, so that's going well. His one prediction's going well. And City haven't really even reached third gear yet as a team, and yeah, at some point they will. And I think they'll come through. They've got a couple of injuries, like I say, but eventually it's going to come good for them. Yeah, Foden, good to see him back as well. First start, and he got a goal, very rare headed goal for him. Pep said he's glad to have him back, and I think he means that spiritually as well as physically as well. Had problems off the pitch, so good to see Foden back in and trying to get his place back in the England team. Lots and lots of competition in his position, and still don't know where he'd play for England because so many options in that number 10 role. If Bellingham comes back, Cole Palmer, I don't fancy him out wide. It didn't work in the Euros. In the last Euros, playing him on that wing, just kept coming inside. It just didn't work with him and Trippier out on the left. This game, gonna go for Arsenal at home. Just can't see against it. Manchester City will get going eventually, but I don't think it's going to be this fixture because Arsenal are just so solid. I'm going to go for Arsenal to win 2-1. And as always, we finish with Tricky's treble. Again, another loss on the both teams to score. That didn't work out, did it? So, West Ham didn't score a goal, neither did Wolves. So, the bet went down. So, another try this week. Going to go back to basics. Going to go for the result for the team to win. A bit hard again this week, but I've gone for some bigger odds just to see if that works. So, I'm going to go for Crystal Palace to beat West Ham, Chelsea to beat Manchester United. And Arsenal to beat Manchester City. £5 bet with Sky Bet is £52.73 returns. So that would mean £26.37 to Dimension UK should the bet come off. I do want some money in that pot for Dimension UK. And that's it for this episode, and I just want to thank everyone again for watching. Comment your predictions as always, and the best one will get the honourable mention in next week's episode. Hopefully I can win again. Subscribe if you like the show. That would be great if you could subscribe. Get your mates to subscribe and to watch if you like it as well. Have a great week everyone. Enjoy the games. See you soon.